Hey family, this is Ashley B. Welcome back to my channel, Healing for Destiny. I'm diving right back into this series. This is the series that God has me doing, the Getting Over Your Child's Father series. Whatever that may look like for you, whatever it is that you have to overcome and get over as far as healing, as far as letting go all of these ill feelings, this resentment, this hurt, this pain that you have suffered behind co-parenting with your child's father, just whatever your situation looks like, whatever the past is, whatever your journey has been with motherhood and, healing from those wounds that came as a result of you having this baby, having your child or children with your child's father. And so God just has me doing this series, helping women, equipping you all with tips and tools to help you during this journey to really start going down this path of healing and letting all this stuff go and being able to co-parent with God's help. So that's what we're talking about today, diving right back in. The first video, we talked about the forgiveness. The second video, we talked about the overcoming the frustrations that comes with being a mother and, dealing with your child's father, co-parenting with your child's father. And so this video today, we're talking about how you begin to start seeing your child's father as an extension of your child, being able to put the child first. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, and it's about getting to this place. There may be other factors that have happened in the past that have allowed you not to be able to see it that way. There has been a lot of hurt or pain that has, been a wall in between you being able to get to that point. But at the end of the day, that's the goal. That's the goal in your healing. That's the goal when it comes to co-parenting is, okay, we have a child together, we may have gone through what we've gone through. We may not like each other. We may end up being friends down the line, but at the end of the day, it's all about the child. And that's something that you have to put in the forefront of your mind. And, everything that I talk about in these videos, it seems so simple. It's like the reality of things. It's like what it is. It's about the child, right? But it's not so simple and it's not so easy when you are holding on to these grudges, when you are harboring and dealing with this hurt and this pain and trying to overcome these things in order for you to be able to see it that way, in order for that to be the reality for you. And so that's what we're talking about in this video. We dive in right in. Again, I did these videos in order of how God did the healing process for me and how he helped me in each area. So I did them in order so what it takes for you to get to each step. So again, I want you to watch these. If this is the first video you coming across, I want you to watch them in order. Watch the forgiveness video, watch the frustrations video, then watch this video, because you will begin to see how each of these flows right into the next and how this will help you to be able to go through this journey. So, okay. Ashley, how do I begin to start seeing my son's father as an extension of my child? How do I be able to begin to just see them as nothing more than my child's father? How am I able to get to that place where I can see them that way? How am I able to get to this place where I am able to just think about the child and it be about the child? Okay, let's dive into this. So the first thing, for me, when it came to this was definitely a prayer point for me. This was something that I had to constantly pray about. And one thing that I would consistently put before God is, Lord, help me to see my son's father the way that you see him. Because see, the thing about it is, it's easy when you've gone through whatever you've gone through with your child's father. It's so easy to see them from a place of pain, from a place of hurt, from a place of whatever they did or whatever happened in the past. And so because of those scars that you've had from that situation, that's the only lens that you see them from. So you're not able to see them as, okay, this is also my child's father, or you're not able to see them as he's an extension of my child. So you have to start praying, God, I need you to help me to see him the way that you see him, God. Help me to be able to help me to only see them as that was something that I had to pray about. God, Help me to only see him as my child's father. I don't want to keep looking at him from this place of hurt. I don't want to keep looking at him from this place of pain. I want to be able to just look at him as my child's father, to see him as that, so that I can co-parent with him. I don't want to keep looking at him from this broken place. And because when you are looking at them from that point of view, it's really hard. It's really hard to see them as anything else but that. So you have to start praying about that. God, I might not really care for this person. God, I might not really want to deal with this person. I might not want to have anything to do with this person. But God, he is still a child of yours. You love him and you know his heart and you see him, God. Lord, and then you even begin to start praying like, God, help me to have understanding towards them. Help me to have compassion for them. Help me to see that there might be some things that I'm not able to see because my heart is so hard. Because, you know, I have this grip and I have this control over everything. And I'm not even allowing myself to be able to see something differently because I am looking at them from this place of pain. So God, begin to soften my heart. Begin to give me a different lens about how I look at them, how I deal with them, oh God. Lord, help me to I just want to see them from a place of, this is my son's father. This is who I'm co-parenting with, God. And just help me to have a respect for them as the other parents of my child. Help me to have a respect and a love for them so that I can be at peace with them, God. Like, I just want to be at peace. I don't want us to continue to be at odds. I don't want us to continue to be bumping heads. I don't want there to be this wall between us. And so you have to start praying about that and really start giving that to God and being honest about how you are seeing them and looking at them and letting God know that, God, I don't want to look at them like this. I don't want to see them like this. So help me to be able to see them the way that you need me to see them. That's what you got to say. Help me to see them the way that you need me to see them, how you need me to view them, God. Because if it's up to me, I will continue to look at them like this. I will continue to look at him like this. I will continue to hold this stuff against him, God. But I know that I have to release this. I have to heal. I have to move on. I have to forgive. I have to give all this stuff up so that I can be at peace. Okay, you have to start putting it in your mind that just as much as you are a parent to your child's father is their parent as well. This one is like that tricky one because, you know, sometimes like us as mothers, we feel so justified in how, you know, we might feel like, okay, you as the father, you only do 20%. I do 80%. I do this, I do that. And it's easy to like have that pridefulness in your heart about who you are as a mother to the child and what the father isn't and what they don't do. So you feel like they don't have the audacity, they don't have no right to be trying to say anything, they don't have no right to have no opinion about anything. It's so easy to fall into that. But you have to recognize that is pride. Like, that's that pride that's working in your heart. That's that pride that needs to come out. That's that pride that you need to rid yourself of in order for you to be at this place, in order for you to have this peace about this. And you gotta know, like, it does not matter how much you do or how much more you do than the other child's parent. That is still their parent. And if the father of your child is trying to establish a bond with your child, or they have their way of doing things, let them have it. Let them, don't deny that access. Don't deny that bond. You know, like, you know, fathers, they do what they want to do. They like to have fun and they like to do crazy stuff. And, you know, and the thing that you have to remember about this, like when you're co-parenting, it's easy for both sides to constantly be at a place of defense. You know what I mean? Like, the father might feel a certain type of way about how you go about things, and then you gonna feel some type of way about how they do things. But the whole idea and the whole point is to get to a place where it's like, okay, it's about the child. And I can sit around and try to control how they do things, or I can nitpick, or I can maybe not agree with how they go about certain things. But some things, y'all, you just gotta let them just be a parent. Let them do the things that they want to do. Let them have their own bond with their child. Let them have their fun and stop standing over their shoulders and nitpicking and trying to control their relationship with the child and how they go about things and how they do things. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a transparent example about what I mean by this. Something from, my testimony, something that I had to realize and something that God helped me with. I remember this was when my son, he was still young. He was still under a year. I want to say maybe like 9 months or so at the time. But I remember I started putting like those little puffs all around my baby's head because his hair started growing. And so I remember I put like them little popcorn puffs around his head because I didn't know what else to do with his hair. So I started putting the puffs in his hair. And so I remember the first time when he went with his dad after I had first started putting the puffs in his head. And I remember when I came to pick him up, he had took the puffs out. And I was already like feeling some type of way. I was already on edge because I felt like he was gonna have a problem with the puffs. And so I'm already like, if I come up over here and these puffs out of his hair, ooh, I'm gonna go off. And lo and behold, of course, he had took the puffs out of his head. And I remember I was so upset and I was so mad and I really wanted to go off. But you know what? I didn't even end up going off. The way I kind of had to like look at it and not allow myself to get so mad is, he didn't like the puffs in his head. And I guess, the way he explained it to me was he felt like it was girly and he's like, he don't need no puffs in his hair. And so, you know what? I let him have that. Like, it's not even a big deal. Like, it's okay to let them have something. It's okay to be able to respect their opinions and to respect what they feel as a parent too. Like, they are entitled to that. They are the parent as well. It's okay to like let that guard down and let that stuff up off of your shoulders. Let that control go and let them have something. And so, out of respect for my child's father, I stopped putting the puffs in his head. I stopped putting. Now, I could have been prideful. I could have been, boy, you don't have the audacity to tell me what I'm gonna do to his head. I could very well have that spirit, but no, I just let him have that. And it's just certain things, especially, like with my son's father and my son, that's his only son, right? Like my son's father, he has daughters and this is his only son. So I had to start getting to a place of like understanding the bond that he's trying to have with his son, the fact that this is his first son, this is his only son, this is something that he's been waiting for forever. Like, sometimes you got to take your feelings out the equations and you have to consider the other person. You have to consider them as a parent as well and consider the things that they might like and the things that they might not like, And so it was nothing for me to like give him that. It was nothing for me to allow that to him. Like, you know what? Okay, out of respect for you as his father, out of respect of how you feel about maybe him looking girly with these puffs in his hair, you know what? I'm gonna give you that. And as time went on, there were certain things that I might not agree with or certain things that I might not like how he does things, but I just gave it to him. I just get like, this is his son too. Let him have it. Like, sometimes you just have to stop. We have to stop being so tough and stop trying to be in so much control about the child and the father and what they're trying to do, the bond that they're trying to establish, and just let them have that. Let them establish the bond that they want. If they want to go take them out and let them eat junk all day, let them do it. Just like, let them have their fun. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example, right? I remember growing up, my mom and my dad, they divorced when I was 4, right? But something that I always remember, a memory that I have kept for like my whole life, I remember always going Easter shopping with my dad. Every Easter, I did not go Easter dress shopping with my mom. That was like a thing for me and my dad. Every year we went Easter shopping. And the older I got, it was so crazy to me when I started thinking back on that because of because who my mom is and the type of woman my mom is. It started, being crazy to me to believe that my mom was trusting him in that area. She was trusting him to take me Easter shopping because I know how my mom is. And so I remember like one day we was having that conversation and I'm like, Mom, like, how did that even come up? How were you even okay with that? And I remember my mom was telling me like, you I just wanted y'all to have y'all own bond because, you know, you were your dad's only girl, and I didn't want to rob him of certain things just because you were a girl and he was the dad. I still wanted him to be able to have that bond and to be able to enjoy those girly things with you that some fathers want to be able to experience with their girls. And so when, you know, when she said that to me, that just did a lot for me as well. And because that's something, me as the child, I'm 30 years old now, and I remember that stuff, and I will never forget that. I remember how much fun that was. I remember how much fun it was to be picking out panties and tights and all this girly stuff with my dad, and these dresses, and just the fun that we had running around the stores, and, you know, being excited like, oh, it's Easter weekend, dad is coming, we're going to go get my Easter basket, and you know what I mean? And my mom could have very well been, you know, controlling of that. Like, no, I'm doing the Easter shopping. No, you don't know anything about Easter dress hunting and dress shopping. You don't know anything about all this girly stuff. So no, I'm doing that. But you see how she allowed that, and I'm able to talk about this even today. This is a memory that I will always hold on. I will always hold dear to my heart. And so this is how God wanted me to kind of explain this and give this example, because you don't want to rob your kids of that. You don't want to rob your kids of that bond that they can be experiencing and having with the other parent. So you have to get to a place where you just see them as take a step back from all that hurt and all that anger and all of that, and just really see them as your child's, that's their father. That's their father. No matter how much you may feel about them, no matter what you may think about them, that is their father. Don't deny them that access. Don't deny them that bond. Let them have that bond. Let them have certain things. Respect their opinions as well, because they are a parent too. It does not matter if you do 100% and they do nothing. If they're trying to have a relationship with the child, if for the most part, no matter what's going on between you and the parent, if they love their child, they're trying to be in their lives, they're trying to do the best they can, they're trying to come see the child and establish a relationship, establish a bond, let them have that. Whatever it may be, let them have it. They want to go take them and spend all their money on them every week and take them out to eat every week, whatever little thing that they got going on, whatever little bond that they have established, just let them have it. Just sit back and let them have it, and let them enjoy the child, just like you are building your own memories with the child, just like you are building your own things, your own bonds with the child. You have to allow the father to be able to do that as well. And so I love you guys. I hope that this message helps you. I hope that this encourages you to start really looking at them from a different lens. Take a step back and really just start seeing. That's what you got to put in the back of your mind. Like, this is an extension of my son. My son loves his father, or my daughter loves their father, or my children love their father. Let them have that bond. Don't take that away from them. Let them have their own thing. So I love you guys. I hope that this video helped you. I hope that it encourages you. If you resonated with it, please leave me a comment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the other videos from this series. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video.